10 years. It has been exactly 1 decade since Paradox Interactive unleashed Hearts of Iron 4 upon the world on June 6, 2016. 10 years of painting the map grey as Germany. 10 years of posting encirclement screenshots on Reddit, and 10 years of your CPU begging for the sweet release of death the second the in-game clock hits 1944. What started as a relatively straightforward map painter has mutated into an impossibly dense, beautiful, and terrifying spreadsheet simulator. Today we are looking back at a decade of Hearts of Iron 4. We'll cover its rocky launch, the millions of copies sold, the DLCs that changed everything, and where the game is heading right now as Expansion Pass 2 drops thunder at our gates. To understand where we are in 2026, we have to look at the launch. Back in 2016, Grand Strategy was still viewed as a niche genre for history nerds who owned actual physical globes. But HOI 4 broke the mold. It was more accessible than HOI 3, which, let's be honest, required a PhD in logistics just to move a single tank division. The hype was unreal. It sold 500,000 copies by February 2017 and crossed the absolute mega milestone of 1 million copies by May 2018. It quickly became the undisputed king of Paradox games. But let's not look at the past with rose-tinted glasses. The 2016 version of HOI 4 was janky. The AI had that strategic foresight of a caffeinated squirrel. You would draw a line with the new battle planner, hit go, and watch your entire army immediately abandon the Maginot Line to go take a walk in the Alps. It was chaos. But the foundation was brilliant. Over the next decade, Paradox fundamentally rewired the game through DLCs. We got Man the Guns, which made us pretend we understood how naval warfare worked. We got No Step Back, which overhauled supply lines and broke everyone's meta overnight. But with every year came more mechanics. Suddenly we weren't just researching tanks, we had to use the tank designer, then the ship designer, then the plane designer. By 2024, you needed an engineering degree to design a heavy tank with so much armor, it basically looked like a Warhammer 40k Space Marine, only to realize you didn't have enough oil to actually drive it to Stalingrad anyway. And just when we thought the game couldn't get any deeper, the late 2025 expansion, No Compromise, No Surrender, introduced the coal mechanic. Finally, after 9 years, we had a reason to invade a country for something other than just rubber and oil. And we can't talk about 10 years of HOI 4 without talking about the real final boss. It isn't the Allies, it isn't the Axis, it is the Clausewitz engine itself. No matter how powerful your PC is, the moment the year 1945 hits, your game turns into a PowerPoint presentation. Because somewhere in Central America, El Salvador has decided to build 80 divisions of pure infantry. But if we are being completely honest, Paradox only did half the work. The real reason HOI 4 has survived a decade and still boasts massive players is the modding community. These absolute madmen took the feature bloat of the base game and used it to build entirely new realities. Kaiserreich basically spawned its own internet subculture. The New Order turned the game into a terrifying neon-drenched visual novel, and Old World Blues proved that the HOI 4 engine is somehow the best engine ever made for a Fallout game. If you look at Steam reviews today, half the players with 4,000 hours haven't played the vanilla historical World War II mode since 2019. The modders carried the torch, and they deserve a medal. So, where does the game stand today on its 10th birthday? If you look at the stats, HOI 4 is an absolute titan. We're talking millions of copies sold, an overwhelmingly positive lifetime rating, and a player base that still dominates Steam's strategy charts a decade later. Paradox has dropped a staggering 15 major expansions and country packs, from Together for Victory all the way to this year's Peace for Our Time. They've pushed out 18 massive free updates that rebuilt the game from the ground up, with the supply system and the division designers arguably seeing the most brutal, meta-breaking revamps over the years. And they aren't slowing down. We are currently deep into Expansion Pass 2, rolling right into the release of Thunder at Our Gates. This new theatre pack is dropping army HQs, ship captains, and overhauling the Pacific Theatre with Australia, Siam and Indonesia. 10 years in, and Paradox is still pumping top-tier content into this absolute unit of a game. I want to hear from you veterans. What is your favourite, most ridiculous memory from the last 10 years of Hearts of Iron 4? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this retrospective, hit that like button, subscribe for more strategy deep dives, and I'll see you in the next one.